Mobetter 7 MTV South. We are in Fort Greene Park, and here with me I have TALiB QWALEE. How are you doing?
Good, Latifah. How you doing?
I'm doing very well. Now that you're here, I just want to say that I enjoyed your concert. It was great. Gave out a lot of energy.
Were you in the front?
Yes, you saw me?
That was great. So thank you for being in the front because you helped me to give energy to the crowd.
Okay, cool. So, we all know that you represent Brooklyn. Tell us about your life growing up in Brooklyn and how
Where y'all get this mic from?
Oh, it's his vintage mic.
I love this mic,
from
man.
New Orleans.
This is like a mic I was using in my video shoot. This is great. I love it. So what was the question?
Yes, so I want to know about your life growing up in Brooklyn and how you see that it's changed since you've been growing up.
Well, other than there's a lot more white people around these parts because it's been gentrified a little bit, it hasn't changed that much. The culture is still here, the community is still here, and neighborhoods go through trends. You know what I'm saying? Right now, Brooklyn is experiencing a renaissance. But I'm excited. Sometimes I think that I love Brooklyn because I grew up here, but then like today I rode around the park and I realized that I love it because it's someplace to love. You know?
Right. Now, one thing I want to know, your music is very multicultural. You have African, you have a little bit of jazz, and even I hear tinges of classical. Different styles of music in your hip hop music, and I want to know what kind of music were your parents listening to that you were listening to when you were a child that influenced your taste?
That was a great question. My father was a DJ. I had all different types of music in the house, from classical to jazz to rock to soul, funk, everything. And hip hop lends itself to that because it's the only music that you could take something from a different genre and put it into this formula, and it becomes hip hop.
Right.
You can't do that with no other form of music.
Okay. And your new album, Eardrum, you have a song on there called Country Cousins. And in that song, you were exchanging verses with UGK, Pimp C, Bun B. And I want to know why you found it important to produce that track and what is so important about that track.
Well, first, Bun is a good friend of mine. I met Pimp through Bun. When I wrote that song to that beat, I didn't know what to do for the second verse. I had already talked about how I grew up in New York and the biases that New York sometimes can have. And so I decided that a rapper from the South would be the best person to counter that balance, and Bun just fit perfectly. But look out for me as well on the new UGK single, Real Women, which is their next single featuring me and Raheem Devon.
Okay. So what is your favorite city in the South?
Man, I don't know. I got family in Houston. I got family in New Orleans. I love Miami. You know, Atlanta, I could go down to Atlanta and make money, so that's good. But yeah, I don't know.
And what's your favorite Southern food?
I'm going to have to say cornbread. Cornbread. I'm from Brooklyn, so we eat a lot of Caribbean food, so a lot of it is the same. A lot of the different ways they make the food is the same, but in the Caribbean, they don't have cornbread.
Do you have any Caribbean blood in you?
Other than growing up in Brooklyn, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so the last question I want to ask you is, you have the top artists calling you their favorite artists, Jay-Z and 50 Cent. How do you feel about that, being that your styles of music are different, and why do you think they've named you their favorite artist?
Well, I have my favorite artists. I love 50, I love Jay-Z. I love Common, I love Most, Black Thought. These are some Nas. These are some of my favorite artists. I think our styles are a lot more similar than they are different.
Right.
Me, Jay-Z, are all 50 Cent, all rappers from New York City, who all love high tech and Ninth Wonder beats. We all like Yankee hats. There's so many similarities to what we do that people focus too much on the differences, I think. And if you look at the similarities is vast.
Right. Okay. Well, I want to thank you for taking the time out, because I know you're on a busy schedule and you're tired. You gave us all that energy. Thank you. I'm Latifah. We're here with Mobetter 7, MTV South, Fort Greene, TALiB QWALEE. Eardrum is now out. Go buy the CD.
We going to Eugene's to get some mojitos.
Yeah.